All right. Happy Family Day or L'Oreal Day, depending on where you're at. But happy holiday. Um, this is our workout for today. So as you know, the CrossFit Open is starting this Thursday. It's 3 weeks long. It used to be 5. So this is a workout from a past Open. It's 14.4, so that means it was in 2014 and the 4th workout in the 4th week. So it's a 14-minute AMRAP, and it's not treated as a general AMRAP. So the idea is to get as far as you can. It is unlikely that you will finish and go into the second round, but maybe you're that person. So you're going to start with 4 minutes on your machine, okay, at a slightly uncomfortable pace, but something that's maintainable. Then you're going to either do leg raises, 50 leg raises, Vsnaps, or sit-ups, depending on what you have at home. So leg raises would be hanging from a bar. You can keep these if you're comfortable, but making sure that you have some control and you're bringing the knees up, knees into chest, or extend the legs, reaching for the bar, but something that you can maintain doing sets of 5 to 10 and pick away at them pretty regularly. Vsnaps, as always, couple options. So arms and legs extended, you're going to snap your knees into your chest or snap your feet and your hands together at the top, okay, those options. Or you can grab a ab mat or a pillow or something and do sit-ups as well. So making them easier using your arms or anchoring your feet or focusing on doing a little more work with your core, but making sure you're rounding down the spine and rounding back up as you're doing this, focusing on that core and not using your hips to make that work. Okay, but again, something that you can maintain 5 to 10 reps. You could do a combination too. So maybe you want to do some Vsnaps, but 50 is going to be too many for you. So maybe you're going to adjust and do 5 Vsnaps and then 5 sit-ups, or do 20 Vsnaps and finish with 30 sit-ups. So feel free to adjust that as you go. Then you're going to do 40 wall balls or thrusters. So if you have a ball, sorry I forgot to grab mine out here, but if you have a ball, you're going to try to hold it nice and high, hands and chin as 3 points of contact. You're going to squat, chin as tall as you can in that squat, not like me, a little forward, and then drive, squeeze your butt, and then hit your target, okay? You can also use, this should be light, so it shouldn't be more than 20 pounds, even if you're using dumbbells. So you can use a single dumbbell, so making sure if you're doing that, keeping it nice and close to your collarbone or your neck. Elbows stay up, you try to get it stay as tall as you can in your squat, and then squeezing your butt and thrust. So doing a single dumbbell thruster, or you can grab 2 dumbbells if you want a little bit more weight, or depending on what you're going to work with, and you're going to squat and press overhead. Okay, so dumbbells are just resting on the shoulders as long as possible. But just remember for this, big belly, okay, keeping that core nice and tight. It's going to be tired after you're done those Vsnaps or those sit-ups, but that you're using your big breath and then driving and squeezing your butt, and then the arms are just finishing it. So it's much more legs than arms. Okay, once you're done 40 there, then you're going to do 30 power cleans, okay, or deadlifts. So if power cleans aren't feeling good for you today, you could do deadlifts. So again, I could use a single deadlift, such like that, or double deadlifts and stand, or we can move this into our power cleans as well, okay? So making sure we're, again, driving through the legs, squeezing our butt and jumping up, and keeping our weights nice and close and just softening that landing, okay? You could change it to muscle cleans as well if you want, and you could use a barbell as well. That would be a good place. It's going to be more than the thruster weight if you have the option. It should be light to moderate still though, okay? And then once you're done the 30 power cleans, then the workout is prescribed as 30 muscle-ups. Most of us don't have that capability, whether it be the skill or the equipment. So our variation, and this might be different for everyone, is a plank, push-up, and row. So the full movement would be full plank, okay, on the hands. You do a push-up, then you row on one side, and a push-up, then row on the other side, okay? That would be 1 rep, so you'd have to do 20 of those, so it's going to be 40 push-ups total, okay? You could do that on the knees. You could elevate it, so I can elevate it on my bench. If I have something stable that I can keep my dumbbells on. Okay, the weight of the dumbbell doesn't have to be heavy. If that you don't have any of those options or that's not going to work for you, then you can change it. So maybe you do just a plank and a row, or even a plank shoulder tap. So each side would be 1 rep. Obviously some of these are going to be faster, some of them are going to be slower, but it just depends on what you're working on. So you could do more of the push-ups, more of just the rows, or you can even switch. Just some people did this morning, was a Superman row. So arms are extended overhead. You're going to squeeze your butt first, rise your hands and feet, shoulders away from the ears, drive those elbows to the side and extend overhead and back down. Okay, don't use weight on that. We're just focusing on that core and that shoulder movement in that row. Okay, so that's another variation. Like I said, you might not even get there. You might get there but not finish. So it might be 20, it might be not. So play around, adjust that. Like I said, that one's going to be the one that varies the most as far as time for everyone. But it is what it is. You're just going to see where you get. I want you to try to make sure you adjust the movements today and not the reps. So keep the reps same and just adjust the movements to be easier or harder depending on what you have and what you need or what you're feeling today. And you're working for 14 minutes. So you're seeing how far you get in that 14 minutes. As far as warm up, I would just jump on the machine for a couple minutes and then walk through each movement doing 5 to 10 depending on what that movement is and feeling out what you're going to do. Make sure you're comfortable with it. Okay? Have fun!